PinkRoid versus Guts is your next matchup. The last quarterfinal, the day before the semis later on. Let us know in the chat who you think is going to qualify. Is it Pink or is it Guts? You let us know. Pick and ban time. It's over to Battles and get to bring us all the action of match number 4, set 1.
Here we go. The final quarterfinal match for the day. Best out of 5, PinkRoid versus GutsTheBERSERK. Pre-bans. We got the Masha and the Oliver getting pre-bans.
Not too surprised about those two pre-bans. Oliver always gets pre-banned in this meta. Masha, I would have expected Shizuka to be a more priority pre-ban, but PinkRoid doesn't want to deal with Masha, interestingly.
There we go. PinkRoid, famous, more aka Water Right, locked in for the first unit. GutsTheBERSERK goes with the Tomoe and the Praha for first pick and second pick.
Do you know what? That's probably because GutsTheBERSERK does not own a Shizuka, and really interesting to see the Tomoe. She has a speed lead, so she is going to help Guts to compete with PinkRoid's allegedly slow units for turn 1.
There we go. PinkRoid with the Changpunk and the Tableau picked up for second and third unit.
Oh, there we go. PinkRoid really going in. He wants to pick up 2 speed leads. That Tableau, the unit that we saw Ababo and Raxas fighting over. PinkRoid has a really similar aggressive playstyle, and Guts is going to have to figure out how to disrupt all of this aggression from PinkRoid. It's going to be a tricky one.
There we go. GutsTheBERSERK picking up that Sekhmet and the Miles for the 4th unit. Sekhmet and Miles locked in for GutsTheBERSERK.
I do like those 2 pickups, especially the Sekhmet. The Sekhmet can reset the Changpung or the Tableau. Miles, if he's lucky, he can also stun one of those units. But I think at the same time, PinkRoid knows how to adapt and pivot because he knows that Guts is probably going to take the first turn with Sekhmet or Miles. PinkRoid deciding that he wants to bring a little bit more sustain.
There we go. PinkRoid with the Shizuka and the Josephine for the final unit locked in. GutsTheBERSERK bringing out a lot. Riley, he has not locked it in yet. He's still deciding, is Riley going to be his final unit?
Well, there we go. Both players are pivoting. I do like the Riley pickup. She is bringing a secondary source of heal alongside the Praha and also gives buffs to the Miles to speed up and do more damage. So Josephine I really like as well. At the same time, Josephine does give buff to give Miles more damage, but I think she does more in terms of countering all of those fire units as well as the sleep from Praha.
Very curious to see the bans from these 2 players. Lots of units drafted there. What unit is the ban to make the change for the advantage, I guess?
I think Changpung will be a good ban to disrupt the combo of the Miles, the Moore and Changpung. For Guts this side, it's a really hard one to say, actually.
Guts burns out Tableau. Pinky bans out Sekhmet. Here we go, guys. Actually, this is set 1, best out of 5. PinkRoid versus GutsTheBERSERK. Who will move on to semi-finals? But first, it is a best out of 5. Miles takes that first turn from GutsTheBERSERK side. Fails to strip the Changpung. Changpung follows up after more serious mana available. Pushes back. Everyone's attacked by Despair Changpung, stunning that Praha.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Despair Changpung. PinkRoid still has a Despair Changpung. Barbo and Raxas had Violent ones, but Despair Changpung can do very nicely indeed. And PinkRoid is looking very good indeed. Guts decided to let through that Moore and Changpung combo, and he's potentially paying for it.
That Josephine with the skill 1 stun on Riley is huge. Shizuka, past life spell onto Moore. Oh, Josephine about to take a turn. Putting some serious damage onto the Praha with the defense break. Moore with the rolling spike again, dealing some more damage. Praha not looking too healthy. Tomoe stunned. Praha's out of the match.
I do wonder if something like a Diana would have been a better pickup than the Riley, because Diana has more potential to disrupt after the Moore moves and potentially with a few procs take out one of PinkRoid's units. However, Riley does provide that sustain and gives Moore a little bit more damage. It's not over yet with what Riley is able to bring to the table.
There we go. Guts is taking a few hits and putting up a good fight. Riley goes with the heal. Oh, Tomoe. We know Tomoe can turn cycle very, very quickly. This match can be turned around by Tomoe. Tomoe goes with the skill 2 onto Changpung.
I'm really curious if this Tomoe is on Despair or Violent. And we just found out.
She's on Despair, stunning that right arm, Moore and Changpung.
That's really clutch 2 stuns on Warren Changpeng. And the karma being spread across all 3 of the 4 units on PinkRoid's side of the field, which means that PinkRoid will probably want to think a little bit before using any cooldown skills. This match is definitely not over yet, especially with the consistent damage that Miles is able to bring and the sustain that Riley gives to GutsTheBERSERK.
There we go, Riley with the skill 2 for the immunity at the moment. Josephine, skill 2, can strip. Is he going to go for the Miles? Goes for the Miles, strips, provokes, no additional turn, more with the skill 1 into Tomoe. Shizuka, ooh, skill 1 failing to strip.
Interesting stuff. PinkRoid actually choosing to spread his damage, going on both the Maw and the Tomoe. But of course, he does have AoE units, so maybe that's why once Changpeng and Maw have their skills back up, then they can do their thing and potentially wipe out 2 of Guts' units. But that time is not here now, and he has a tough decision whether he wants to use a cooldown skill or not.
Oh, and he chose to use skill 2 for the defense break instead of serious matter. More with the rolling spike, dealing some serious damage and stunning that Miles at the same time. Shizuka, all things in nature, has put all those debuffs and buffs. Look how much buffs on PinkRoid's side.
This is incredible.
Serious matter.
This is the power of Shizuka, and actually Josephine giving Shizuka some extra buffs, Riley giving her some extra buffs, and now PinkRoid is going to wrap this one up.
This is going to be one of the longest matches PinkRoid has played. PinkRoid taking out that first set, best out of 5, 1-0.
This is going to be one of the longest he's ever played.
Yes.
Like 90 seconds, but it was amazing. Yeah, talk about speed. I mean, I think we saw the buffs at the end on PinkRoid's units. Just managed the game wonderfully well. I mean, I think the Praha being stunned, unable to, well, being taken out of the game early, Riley unable to heal because stunned was a big factor there as well, Baus.
Yep, exactly. PinkRoid decided he wanted to focus down at Praha first because of her really strong skill set. The Miles was the next target, but I think in the end, even though Guts got those 2 clutch stuns from the Tomoe onto the Changpeng and the Maw, it wasn't enough because there was just not that damage. In fact, the Miles was doing surprisingly low damage. I usually expect the Miles to do more, but I wonder if PinkRoid just has really tanky units. We know the quality of his runes, and maybe some water reduction as well on the Shizuka.
Yeah, interesting. I think this next match as well, obviously, Guts, I think, can walk away from that one. I'm sure he's obviously trying to learn from, I'm playing against one of the best here. What do I do to put something out there unit-wise that can definitely compete here, Killer? In this next matchup, what does Guts do differently? Does he need to do anything differently?
I think he played really well, and I don't think he needs to do anything differently. He just maybe draft 1 or 2 units differently. Same thing.
Doesn't need to do anything differently, just change everything. But Guts versus PinkRoid, it's 1-0 to PinkRoid, and already we can see the pre-bans are coming in, but it's all to play for still. However, PinkRoid goes 2-0 up here, and he's very much in the lead going into game 3. So can Guts bring it back? Let's find out. Over to the fellas.
Here we go, guys. Set number 2, quarterfinals of the day. Pre-bans are in. We got the Oliver and the Maw, both speed leads getting the pre-ban. GutsTheBERSERK with the first pick goes with the Praha and locks in the Praha.
This is a really interesting one indeed, Pilak, because PinkRoid does not have the Maw or the Oliver or the Changpeng, his 3 favorite units to use together. He's going to need to mix things up, and he does.
There we go. PinkRoid picks up that Dominic and the Miles for the first and second unit. GutsTheBERSERK, we know he likes Tessarion, brings out that Tessarion for his second unit.
I mean, PinkRoid was asking for it with the Dominic and the Mars picks. Siren counters those 2 units so hard. I do like the PinkRoid picks though, really nice damage. I'm looking forward to seeing how much that Dominic does. He can combine it nicely with something like a Tableau, which he also likes to use.
There we go, GutsTheBERSERK picking up Sarian and Marsha for second and third unit. PinkRoid drafting up that Shizuka for the third unit. Yet to decide on his 4th unit. Picks up, oh, he brings out that Tiang Lang, flashes it, takes it back out, brings out the Tableau. Is he going to lock it in? I think he'll lock in that Tableau.
Yeah, and I really like the picks from both sides of the field. Guts going really heavily on fire at the moment, so quite weak to another water unit like the Molong that PinkRoid has just chosen.
I'm not sure if you guys saw that because I blinked and that Shizuka got transformed into Molong last second, switching that Shizuka for Molong on PinkRoid's side, drafting that Molong and Tableau. GutsTheBERSERK goes with the Ladril and the Wind Monkey for the final unit, locks it in. PinkRoid brings out the Wusa. Wusa's locked in. The bans are coming right now.
Oh, I like the pivot from Guts because Eladriel counters the Molong so well, and it looks like he has to ban that one out.
There we go. Second set for these two players, PinkRoid versus GutsTheBERSERK. Miles with the first turn, spin grab shot, strips Praha, fails to stun her. Dominic follows up but goes onto... Oh, wow, that damage onto the monkey, including the passive damage reduction passive that the monkey has. What is that reckless assault almost taking out that Praha?
I mean, PinkRoid is just showcasing the power of his runes and his units as artifacts.
Wow.
So much damage. It looks like he's actually going to take out 2 of Guts' units before they even move, with that tableau giving his team a whole nother round.
Oh, even Guts himself is surprised looking at that camp feed. That Dominic, the damage onto the monkey, was it unruined? Or is this Dominic on rage, violent 300 speed?
I mean, this comic probably has sets of everything: rage, violent, rage, fatal, fatal, fatal. Anyway, this match is just, well, this was a normal PinkRoid speed match, I guess, when we were talking about the length of PinkRoid's matches. I also want to point out the Wusa was really good ban bait because he didn't really need the Wusa, and he actually kept the Praha in, which was the one stripper that countered the Wusa.
I was going to take a sip of water, but there was no time to do that because the match is already over. So that's, I mean, that was, you could even see from Guts there, as well as like fans in the audience, that initial opening first few moves, everyone going, right, okay, that's pretty impressive, Killer. I mean, that was, I mean, talk about speed. I mean, that was lightning from PinkRoid there, putting himself in this incredible position, and Guts just didn't have, well, there was no time to play to respond.
Yeah, exactly right. Is that Wind Monkey has a passive that does damage reduction, but the Miles did so much damage, it passed over half his attack bar. But PinkRoid's direction of his control went into Praha, he went into Marsha, and then he went into the Wind Monkey King. In that first turn was just brilliantly executed.
Yeah, it really was. I mean, it definitely sets a tone as well for the rest of the competitors in this competition, knowing that PinkRoid obviously last year did so unbelievably well and has done previously, and now to see performances like this. I mean, Guts, can he turn this around? And if so, Baus, what do you do when you can't even get a chance to, you know, go back against, you know, return fire, if you will, against your opponent?
I mean, praying is one thing I would do, but also just maybe bringing out some bigger surprises. And pre-banning PinkRoid's combo even more. Although that's really hard to do because PinkRoid's combo consists of like 20 units.
There you go. That's the advice from Baus. If in doubt, just pray some. Then hopefully something will happen. But it's Guts versus PinkRoid in the third game here. The pick and bans are happening, but PinkRoid very much in the driving seat here. He could make this a clean sweep. Let's find out if that happens.
Match point for PinkRoid. It is a best out of 5, 2-0. PinkRoid picking up tableau for the first pick. Locked in.
Well, that is a surprise, Killer. Oh my goodness. Oh, do you see what I see?
Yes, yes. Xerath.
Wow. Wow. What an alpha pick
Guts.
from PinkRoid right here. He said that it was one of his favorite units, and we're gonna potentially get to see the power and damage of Xerath here today.
Yes, GutsTheBERSERK picking up Vanessa and Praha for first and second unit. PinkRoid responding with the Xerath and the Changpang for second and third unit. Locked in.
Looks like Guts actually wants to compete for turn 1 this time. In the previous match, he did not compete for turn 1. He absolutely got destroyed. Well, yeah, his units got wiped out before they even moved. 2 of his units were gone in the blink of an eye. So now he doesn't want to let that happen. He's going to disrupt PinkRoid's picks with an Ethna, with Vanessa speed lead.
There we go. GutsTheBERSERK with the Ethna and the Shizuka for the final. Oh, third and fourth unit. PinkRoid responding with the Jemaya. Takes it back out. Brings out the Maw. And he had Tiana, but he flexed it. I'm not sure if he's going to bring her back out, but he locks in the Maw. What is he doing? He's going with the Diana now.
He can't decide. There's so many options.
Yeah.
There's too many units ruined up.
There we go. Diana and Juno have been locked in for PinkRoid's final 2 units. GutsTheBERSERK, 1 more unit to pick up.
I actually really like the pivot because Guts could have picked up another speed lead or something that counters PinkRoid's draft really hard, like a strong fire unit like a Masher. Now he can't do that because PinkRoid has pivoted and Diana counters the rest of Guts' draft really nicely.
If you have a look at the feed, they're laughing with each other, Guts and Pinky, with that Antares pick to counter that Diana. GutsTheBERSERK picks up that Antares for the final unit.
I really, really like the Antares pick. PinkRoid really known for the Antares in previous seasons. He doesn't use him so much anymore because he's kind of out of meta. But actually does counter, as you say, Diana really well. But also the tableau with all those additional turns. I think that might be a mass ban for PinkRoid.
We're about to find out. The bans are coming in 3, 2, 1. What are we going to see? Antares gets the ban. Xerath gets the ban. Wow. speed lead for both players. Guts goes with the Vanessa speed lead, which is 33, and the Tableau for PinkRoid with the 24 speed lead. Who will take that first turn? Assuming Ethna goes first. Ethna does take the first turn. Where will he direct his damage and the stun potential?
I think the Tableau might be a good target to not give this team an extra set round of turns. But actually, Tableau doesn't synergize super well with the pivoting that PinkRoid has decided to do.
Yep. There we go. Ethna dealing some serious damage onto that Tableau, pushing him past halfway and stunning him at the same time. Praha goes for the strip. Diana cuts in with her passive. Will he transform? Will he put the shield up? I think shield. Oh, goes for the skill 1 stun.
Yep, he wants to save the transform for next turn, especially when Shizuka puts up that immunity. He's going to want to strip it if Juno fails to strip.
There we go. Juno goes for the strip, lands it on 2 of the 4 units. Vanessa with a skill 2 defense break, lands it on the Tableau. Ethna skill 2, turn cycles, gets that attack bar. Diana cuts in. Oh, I'm curious to see how much damage this Diana does. Where will he direct it? Goes into Ethna, 4.7 per card. Warriors return from Vanessa's passive, bringing that Ethna back.
No surprise that Diana did so much damage into the Ethna, because usually Ethna is built on a full damage build, so she is quite easy to take out. However, Vanessa does have a revive, but the revive is gone. Vanessa's going to have her cooldowns up a little bit soon. And also, let's not forget, Shizuka has a really nice synergy with Ethna. She can bring her back.
And then she has come back from Shizuka's past life spell skill. Goes into Changpeng, stuns Changpeng. Changpeng misses a turn. Vanessa with skill 1 into Changpeng. Juno returning in favor and dealing some damage onto Vanessa.
Yep, indeed. I think things are looking really, really tricky for PinkRoid right now, but we know the power of PinkRoid's runes and artifacts. He can definitely make a comeback from this position.
There we go, Changpeng serious matter, stunning that Praha. Vanessa, skill 1, killing the Changpeng, dealing some damage onto Juno. Juno gets that defense break. Diana, how much damage will you deal? Goes onto the Praha, around 3k per hit. Diana transforms. Will she get an additional turn? No additional turn. Praha skill 1, Juno skill 1 into Praha takes her out. Shizuka.
Yep, Shizuka's going to need to get some serious procs if GutsTheBERSERK is going to make a comeback. That fact that Changpeng had a skill 3 available just now really helped PinkRoid turn the tide. Of course, Diana and Juno are excellent solo monsters as well. I think the match is definitely swinging in PinkRoid's favor now.
Yeah, honestly, that was a huge resist from Diana with that defense break from Vanessa's skill 2. There we go, Juno putting some damage onto Diana. Gets the transformation from Diana right now. Where will he direct the damage? Goes onto the Vanessa, misses some Chris, but it doesn't matter because he takes her out of this field. Juno skill 1 into the Shizuka, she gets the stun.
Yeah, Juno is such a good counter to Shizuka that PinkRoid decided he wanted to take out the Vanessa with the transform anyway, because Juno would be able to take out the Shizuka eventually, as she has.